Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn endocrinology, today diabetes, and that's why and afterwards we're going to do selected yoga exercises. And if you participate in selected yoga exercises, that is your own risk. Now I'm not sure, it might be even more part now of blood sugar levels, so it would be biology. But okay, diabetes, we're keeping it by diabetes and endocrinology. So we had the homeostasis is the system that makes sure that in the human body all is static. The water content, the mineral content, the temperature, and also the sugar content. And this blood sugar content is controlled by is doing the liver. The insulin is the hormone controlling it. The pancreas is sending out this insulin that goes to the liver. And if there is too much if there is too much blood sugar, probably glucose, inside of the human body, then the pancreas, if the negative feedback of a homeostasis measured that it is not high enough, the blood sugar, so negative feedback, not high enough, then the pancreas is sending out insulin, which goes to the liver, and the liver starts now to convert the excess glucose into glucosane, and the blood sugar is controlled. Wait a second. Now, if not the diabetes is there, then the excess glucose would be transformed into glucosane for storage. Now, if diabetes is there, type 1, and the pancreas is dumb, the liver is not converting it into glucosane and putting the glucose in the human body. And then there's also too much glucose passed out and out of the human body through micturition. Or micturition, I don't know how to word this in English. If there's type 2 and the liver is not responding, and the liver is deaf, then the glucose is just sent out in the human body still, and it still passes out. We still don't really get that one part with convert excess glucose into glucosane. And what happens then? Is it just stored there forever, or is it also passed out? Why do the people with diabetes pass on too much glucose through the urine out? The liver should store the glucose transformed to glucosane in the liver. But the liver is doing that only if insulin comes back. If insulin is not coming, then who's doing the blood sugar into the human body? That is not written here. We don't know if the liver is doing the glucose or the blood sugar in the human body. We know that there's more blood sugar after a meal, but we don't know if the liver is doing it. What if the liver is just taking the glucose out of the blood, converting it to glucosane? And if the people don't have a working liver, because the liver is not getting the insulin because it wasn't sent out by the pancreas, or the liver is deaf to get the insulin, the liver is not converting the glucogene into glucosane and stores it in the liver, but it is in the blood and then passed out. The liver is doing nothing if someone has diabetes. Is that a true statement? Or not nothing doing to the blood sugar? If the liver works with negative feedback, like homeostasis does to get the blood sugar out of it, and the pancreas is not sending out the insulin, diabetes type 1, the liver is not starting to convert the excess glucose into glucosane. If the liver is done by the cells in the human body, then it is not doing the glucose into glucosane. So the liver is not working if people have diabetes. We don't know who puts the glucose into the human body. Let's read that part again, controlling blood sugar levels. It is vital that sugar or glucose level of the blood is kept constant. If it gets too low, then cells will not have enough to use for respiration. If it is too high, then it may start to pass out of the body in the urine. Insulin is the hormone. Here's never written. Insulin is the hormone that controls the level of glucose in the blood. Insulin is made in the pancreas. When glucose levels are too high, insulin is released. The insulin acts on the liver, causing it to convert excess glucose into glucosane for storage. We never were told who is putting the blood sugar or the glucose into the blood. That is something very interesting. Who is it doing? Okay, now the blood sugar is high after the last meal and it is lower after having done sport recently. Build your understanding. Some systems have more than one effector that can work in opposite directions. Some systems have more than one effector that can work in opposite directions. What are you talking about? I still didn't get the thought with effector. This means that receptors in the body detect a change in the body. Negative feedback means that receptors getting a change. That has been processed in the body, and when effectors bring about a response that reverses the change to the normal level is resolved. So the insulin is an effector. The effector is released to change the thing. What has changed? Some systems have more than one effector that can work in opposite directions. This means that the response can happen much faster. If blood sugar levels are too high, then the hormone insulin is released. If levels drop below normal, the pancreas releases another hormone called glucagon. Who was the genius coming up with 3 names sounding almost identical? So same subject. In the language there are many times words which have the same word but in a different context it means something differently and everyone understands it. Why now using 3 words of the same, very same phonetic sound for the same subject? And these were invented words. The person could have gone for everything. For anything. Glucagon. Now the problem is that my pronunciation is not properly enough, but you probably don't even get the difference. Glucagon is a thing released if it's too low. Insulin when it is too high, and glucose is probably the blood sugar, that is also not in here. But glucose is the blood sugar, and glucogen is a thing when stored. So we're having glucagon, glucose, and glucogen. I can say it pretty loudly. Glucagon is the thing released. It sounds like the thing released. Glucagon, and glucose. That's that stuff existing there. That is the thing in the blood sugar, and glucosen sounds again like something produced chemically. Glucosen. Glucosen is stored. Glucagon is the other thing to insulin given out. Which hormone will cause the glucosen? What was what again? That is the thing in the human body. The blood sugar. The hormone will cause the glucosen that is stored in the liver to be converted back to glucose. How long does it work? How long can it be stored? How much is it possible to build a storage? This hormone will cause the glucosen that is stored in the liver to be converted back to glucose. Insulin makes the liver converting glucose into glucosen. Glucagon makes the liver converting glucosen into glucose. We will come back for the next video. We will do a video about the negative feedback, explain what the negative feedback is, and we will then use the time looking further over it all again. And we're having another 2 pages to homeostasis. We will come back to that in the next part of the negative feedback. We will focus on the negative feedback. We will read it all again. You want to understand what is written here? Yes, and I want to continue the sentence, but I don't really know how to. So, if you're here for diabetes, then you can come maybe for next week. We will do selected yoga exercises. If you participate in the selected yoga exercise, we're starting with eagle swings. We're breathing in lifting the arms up. And we will order the arms again down. And again in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, let the arms again down. Again in, the arms up. That part about negative feedback might be part of endocrinology, like medicine or biology. Last time the arms up, and now the arms down. And we're doing the next thing. What is the next thing? The next exercise, yes. How about we're doing the crab in the morning? The feet shoulder wide apart, they're breathing in it. All the time. Of a better part. And we're going down. And we're opening just the sky. And later time. Breathe in the arms again up. And out, arms down, and up my chest to the sky. Again, in the arms up, close to the feet. And doing the read and the wind, breathe in. And out, lean back. Again into the middle. And out, lean again back. Fin into the middle. And breathe out, we go to the side, the fur in the wind. Breathe in into the middle. Out to the other side. Again in into the middle. Without the arms down. And now let's do standing cat and cow. An inch space between the feet. We're leaning onto our knees. We're breathing in. And out we're making a hill with the back, the cat. Breathe in into the middle. And out a belly with the back, the cow. Okay, in. And out. Hill with the back. In into the middle. Out. Cow. Straight into the middle. And out we come with a shout back up. Making at the top of the back with shoulder. Now we're doing the hide and seek playing palm tree. Have again an inch space between the toes. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And breathe out, the arms opening to the side. Breathe in the arms again up. And out we're sinking down into the chair. Breathe in, come up again. And out, open the arms to the sky. To the side. Breathe in, the arms up. Bring the arms up. And breathe out and go again down into the half chair. Breathe in, come up again. And out the arms down. Now exercise legs apart. We're breathing in, lifting the arms up to a T. This exercise is a bit more if you have something in the lower back, then don't do it maybe. Breathe in. And out we're leaning with a straight back forward. And we're going down. Now make a round back, bring the hands again down. Go to the left side. Back to the right side. Back into the middle. Arms to the side out. Again, this exercise is a bit over our back. And breathe in, come with a straight back with the head forward, up, the arms down. And now we're doing the sky hugger. We're breathing in, lifting the arms up. And breathe out. Up the arms back and lean back. Again, in and up. And out and back. Draw the shoulders back, round them back. And again up. And down with the arms. And let's do the chair, the full chair. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, come up on the tiptoes. Breathe in. And out, we're sinking down an inch space between the feet. And we go down. Breathing in and come up. And out again down. And again in and up. And out of the arms down. And the last two exercises. Feet together. First, a stretch between us. We are intertwining the hands behind the back. Taking them over to one side. We're breathing in. And out, we're looking with a straight back to the side where the hands are. And now we're lowering the chin down to the clavicle. Now breathe in again. And out, pull the arm a little bit in, the shoulder down and in. Coming in up with the head, slowly back into the middle. Now, to the other side, again, intertwine fingers, and back, to the other side. Breathe head in. And out, go over to one side. And the head down. Breathe again in. And out, pull the arm a bit in, shoulder down. Down to the front. Lift the head again, turn it back into the middle. And the closing exercise for eagle wings. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And out the arms down. Again, in the arms up. And out the arms down. Now we're ending the breathing and lifting the arms up. Bring the hands to touch and lowering the hands down to heart center. That was the selected yoga exercises. Thank you very much, and next time.